Who all remembers when Floyd Mayweather went off on that old white guy in boxing? I don't know his name, Jim Lampton. I don't know, one of them old motherfuckers. Right then, I mean, I was too young to understand, but right then was our first glimpse of racism in boxing. Because we definitely seen the fact that they didn't want to give Floyd his props for being the best in the world. I think what happened was, since the Tyson era and then right after that, the Roy Jones era fell off. The spotlight went on Floyd. They didn't want the little guys to have that shine anyway. So now I'm understanding they was doing that to keep Floyd's star power down. Exactly what Bud Crawford lawsuit against Top Rank was. Floyd was part of Top Rank. You have to understand your enemy. Like I said in my last video, it's not good for you to hate the fact that you're black or want to celebrate the downfall of the black man, because the white man in power, and you see where the world is. You can't expect you to look at, let's just say, I'm just throwing it out there. You can't expect to look at Don Raphael and expect for him to understand what the white man is really about. Like, he won't be able to realize how evil the white man is. So I understand that, right? It's like trying to get Devin Haney to understand that you never was a good boxer. That's what it's like trying to prove to the white man that he's evil, that he hasn't changed, that he doesn't have enough decency to change America. It's not hate, it's just the fucking truth. Like, they're not built with it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having these issues. You wouldn't have parents mad at schools dropping racial statues down in their schools, right? But they have no outrage at the fact that the jab is mandatory. You see what I'm saying? There is no reasoning with a person like that. And I know not all white people agree with the racist statues in there, but you still won't be able, even to a white person who disagrees with that, you still can't get them to, maybe a small amount, but you're still not going to be able to give the average white person an understanding. Like, bro, down south, they're still hanging black people, bro. Like, you still support the police, bro. They still don't see a problem with supporting the police, bro. The problem is, you know what I mean? The black people don't want to, they don't have, it's just not in them. It's not in them. It's not in them to rise above, right? We're all God's people, right? But God's chosen people are the black people, bro. It's just putting it out there, right? Of course you were gonna have it the hardest, bro. Look what God went through when he was on the planet, bro. When the way these stories are written. It's probably true, bro. Like, whoever the Jesus character was in real life had to go through that, right? And he was obviously black. So it was never meant to be easy. So getting all that out the way, kind of just breaking down the racism in America, getting back to boxing. So that was the first little glimpse of racism in boxing we noticed, right? Reminds you, that was Floyd era, and boxing was still as on top of the game as if the heavyweights were winning, right? And then Canelo era came. And then you see what happened to boxing. This is why I tell you, nobody gives a shit about Mexican boxers, bro. It's not enough to sustain the sport, bro. So y'all kissing ass. Y'all just kissing ass to keep racism alive in boxing. Right? So you've seen what the Canelo era has done to boxing. Our second, well, like I said, I'm on my way back. Our second glimpse of boxing was the nail in the coffin was the Deontay Wilder situation, right? I know that's not the first time that boxers have been caught cheating. I know that wasn't the first time Tyson Fury got caught cheating. But when you see people you don't see that happening in many white boxers, bro. I'm just throwing it out there. And as far as superstars, it only happens to black boxers. Like, that should have been, like, this was the creme of la creme. It happened on live TV, bro. So understand, like, we already know that white people, black lives don't really matter, right? So we already know that. But I just want to bring the disgusting cowardness that the Latino community displays when it comes to their oppressor and how they just hop on the bandwagon. You can't put them in the same category as real men. I'm sorry. And like I was telling you, you can't really tell a white person how evil his species is. So I'm guessing the Hispanic community is the same way. So fast forward to Mauricio Sulaiman and this Juneteenth belt with the people with the slave with the chains and shit, right? What happened was they knew that they were gonna fucking try to do Devin Haney dirty, so he wanted to prove that it wasn't racism. And all people, they wanted to give it to Tank, who already rejected his belt. So there's no reason for him to commemorate Tank. He was just trying to really undermine what they were getting ready to do to Devin Haney. It was all strategic. Just like this whole thing that happened with Devin Haney. I hope Devin Haney got the best lawyers in the business that can really track down what happened. Because what I just heard today, the fact that New York State Commission is still having Devin Haney to fight, and Mauricio rushed his fucking mandatory, right? When the WC should have Devin Haney suspended for taking all that punishment, right? He didn't even have the right to force him to take that fight. Remind you about the cowardice I told you that the Mexican community is displaying. Like, you can't have a conversation with people today, because if you can't admit that you cowardly keep black people down, then what is the point? Understand, that's why we have so many fucking sellouts. Because they've been broken mentally. Half the black people who think they're alpha male, you're not even built like that. Hence, all these fucking YouTubers, right? You know what I mean? I guess I gotta drop names. You know what I mean? Showbiz the Adult, Ego, Dean with faggot memes or some shit. You know what I mean? True Media TV, like, it's cooning, bro. But you gotta understand, like, a lot of black people hate black people, bro. The devil is black, bro. Understand that. God is black, that means the devil is black. So, if you're having trouble coping with this shit, just remind yourself of that. No one can stop the black man but the black man, bro. This is just a wall that a black man helped these cowards build, and now they're in control. And now we got the LGBTQ movement coming. Yeah, doesn't that say enough about the cowardice I keep talking about? Because ain't nobody yelling about that. Ain't nobody marching to the Capitol about that. Everybody happily forced to take their jab, happy to see family members dying. You call yourself a man? Yeah. I don't see your kids able to not get this jab and go to school at the same time. In case you thought that shit is not affecting you no more. But anyway, so that's what that belt was about, bro. And then it's a shame. So you mad because Tank don't want to put money in the belt. All of a sudden, now you made it clear it's free. You gave it to Gary Russell, you ain't gave a fuck about him when his dad originally died. But since Tank denied it, I wouldn't even accepted the fight, brother. But y'all so blindly hatred for Devin, you accepted it. Bro, your dad would roll over in his grave if he was a real black man. I'm starting to doubt that he was. As you over here and you fucking, I don't mean to go here, but I got to. When you stand here and you stand next to your Latino brothers and sisters, and y'all can talk about everything but the double standard in boxing, that's just like that friend in your family that you've been knowing for a long time. He's waiting for the chance to fucking knock you off your high horse. I'm sorry, it's just the fucking truth. Shouts out to Blue Blood Sports. You're right. We should be able to come up with our own belt. And that's the start of it all. I think that's all we need to start this off right. You know what I'm saying? And it all starts with these black fighters. Stop hating Devin Haney and get behind him because he's better than you motherfuckers. Simple as that. If Danny Haney starts making $20 million a fight, that means you younger motherfuckers got a shot to start making $20 million a fight. And by fucking Tank Davis kissing Ryan's ass for cheating, no, bro, they're gonna be able to regulate you motherfuckers like they trying to do with Devin Haney, as you can see now. Because Devin Haney can't fight. He can't even fight as mandatory anyway. So they're forcing him to try to fight. I don't know what reason. Do they think Devin can lose? They think he lost confidence. But you can see the double standard. They are starting to make black fighters look like coons like they did in football. But guess what? The coons don't care and they still watch football. I get it. That's why I made my last video. It's showing how many black people are actually cowards. That's why I use that word so frequently. Because we're surrounded by cowards. If there were coward black people back in the 70s and 80s, we'd be still in the back of the bus. Do you understand that, you fucking faggots? I guess you don't. I feel sorry for the kids in this generation because we totally let them down. You can't protect them if they're forced to take the jab. It's been a couple years now, bro. They already admitted legally it wasn't even a vaccine. I think we all know, I think we all been affected by people who died of the shit. And this is the world that we live in. Is it possible that Hispanics and whites really worship the devil? I mean, I know Mexicans get most of their fucking traditions, they were black traditions. And they just stole it and make their own, like, but I don't remember in the Bible where they celebrated the dead. I don't remember that. I do know Africans. I do know that's probably came from an African culture. But if we can't have conversations like that, then I guess this world is not based on truth, is it? It seems like the world is based on keeping the black man down. Nasty work, isn't it? But anyway, hit the like button, and I'll be back at you with another one.